Brand new day. Let's see who will. Oh! You guys! Azor's best detective duo has returned. Welcome back, Melly and Malachit. John? I'm calling him Ara now. Oh, he has a new name again. Because he's giving you migraines? No, because of his gloomy aura, of course. Hello, Aura. Oh. Did I click on something? Well then, Melly Aura. It's good to have you two back in town. I assume you were able to solve the mystery surrounding the missing familiars? Yes! With the help of my trusty assistant, I was able to figure it out. Say something. That's remarkable, I have to say. Good thing you went with her, Aura. It was a dangerous mission. Oh! Did you encounter a T-Rex? Of course not. But we were nearly burned alive. Oh. That's not what I would have expected. So you needed that chili, whoops. You must have always expected life to double-cross you. I'm glad you both made it back in one piece. But I'm curious, what was the reason behind those vanishing familiars? Do I need to worry about Andu disappearing too? How about we tell you what happened in Zofort, but only in exchange for 2 free drinks. I can see you've learned a thing or two on your first big mission. Aura taught me how to be more cunning. Only the basics. No need to be so humble, you taught her well. What kind of drink would you like today, Melly? I want something, something that will polish my investigative and detective skills. A drink that will make me even smarter than I am now. So no mysterious case like this one will ever be unsolvable for me. Coming right up. A brain. You need a brain drink. Oh. There is one. Peak Sunrays. Can I get enough of that? Brain. Thunder Sage. Alright. This one, right? Yes. And then one more. 2 of these. And 1 of this. Should be good to go. There you go. Let's see if this will make your brain cells multiply. Thank you. Let me try. Oh, this is good. I can already feel it. I'm going to be completely unstoppable. Oh no. Oh yes. Initially I wanted to sit this one out, but I might actually need a drink now. It would be my pleasure if it means that I get to hear your story. Also, I'm longing for another one of your little secrets. Right, we made a deal. Correct. So what will it be today? Maybe something that will help me counter her verbal attacks, now that she's linguistically invincible. So the usual, right? Give me a second, I'll be right back. Wait, what? Defense? Charisma? Oh! So the usual one would be a sunny breeze, I think. No, a spoken heart. That's the one he takes usually. So you'll get the same one as always. There you go. So let's hear your story. Should make things easier for you. Oh. I can see it in his face. Is it that bad? Huh? No, silly. He likes it. You can clearly see it in the way his scarf is moving. I see. So if his scarf is up, he's happy? My detective skills aren't that bad after all. You think you could teach me a thing or two sometime? Of course! Then we'll be a trio! The detective, her trusty assistant, and a curious apprentice. I'm an apprentice now. I like the sound of that. It's been a while since I've been an apprentice. I don't remember being asked if I wanted to be part of this. But I couldn't have completed the quest without you. Also, being a detective's trusty assistant is an honorable duty. And I'm glad you came with me. Of course. Couldn't let you walk headfirst into the open maw of a hungry T-Rex. Heh. Did you actually encounter a T-Rex in Zofort? No, don't be silly. He made a joke! For a moment I thought you just shared one of your many secrets with me. Right. I guess I owe you one of those now. Let's hear it. My hair isn't actually all black. Well, I can see that. I know, that's not a secret. I can clearly see the white streak. Anyway. But now please, I'm dying to know what happened in Zofort. So, thanks to the golden feathers, we made it to Zofort in a blink of an eye. I don't think I've ever felt that fast in my life. It was like we had the zoomies. It helped us remain unseen too. Thanks to your drink, we were able to sneak around the city without attracting too much attention. But those ghosts were the clue we needed. I knew we'd find something at the docks, so we made our way there. She was right. In the dead of the night, just hours after we had left your tavern, we spotted a peculiar dog roaming near the water. We watched it as it tried to sneak onto the cargo ship. It behaved weird. Undog-like. It hid behind some barrels and kept looking left and right before it started to sneak on board. I'd never seen a dog do that before. It looked like it didn't know how to be a dog. It didn't use its nose, its ears. It was just off. We watched as one of the workers noticed the dog and scared it away. But my investigative senses were tingling. So we started asking around. As detectives do when they want to collect some evidence. A few people said they had also seen some animal with odd behaviors. Most of them thought they had some kind of illness, like rabies. Or that they were spirits disguised in animal form sent by a sea witch. So they stayed away and minded their own business. Not very high-class detective of them, but they made for fine witnesses. Apparently, there's something like a weekly get-together for all the town's familiars. We decided to check it out. And we managed to track down a few of the participating familiars to get more insight. It was a little tricky, since none of them wanted to talk to us at first. I think they were a bit wary of strangers. It also seems to be difficult for familiars to speak to people they don't know. Must have something to do with their magical abilities. But with our combined charm and charisma, Aura and I were finally able to gain the trust of one of them. And they told us something strange. They said all those familiars that went missing seemed to have been in contact with one particular magician. So of course we had to pay that wizard a visit. Preferably when he wasn't at home. I think that's called burglary. Finding out his address was child's play. Apparently he's quite popular among the people of Zofort. Just took Aura a little bit of a well-executed bribery to find the mage's home. Did you take some notes? I did! Prepare yourself to be my next text test subject, innkeeper. Should I be scared? Maybe. Only a little bit, though. Very well. Your drink really did wonders. We managed to break in without anyone noticing. It was so exciting! We stuck around looking for evidence, maybe a hidden ritualistic chamber or something like that. And did you find one? Sadly, no. But we found his office with the door open. Inside were a lot of books about different kinds of animals and familiars. We figured he just loves animals, or at least needed that knowledge or something else. As any world-class detective would, I also checked his trash can. And did you find anything? Well, nothing that helped solve the case. But I did find something that you would like between all that shredded paper. It looked like a recipe for a magical drink, just like the ones you serve. Ta-da! Oh, thank you. That's very useful. A silent owl. That's what I thought. Anyway, Aura and I continued our search for clues. His office also had books about common and uncommon diseases in animals, so we kinda had a connection to the reported case of rabies. I thought it was a bit of a stretch, not that I could change your mind. That wasn't all we found. Next to his desk in a small cupboard were his diaries. They were full of notes and spells that I didn't understand. Something about transmutational magic. While she studied his diaries, I rummaged through his belongings and scrolls. I had absolutely no clue what any of it meant, until I found something of interest. Detailed instructions on how to unbind a familiar from their services. A thought began to manifest itself in my brain, but I couldn't quite grasp it yet. Somehow my instinct told me I had all the information I needed. I just had to stitch everything together. Kind of like what I do when I assemble quests for my patrons. Exactly! But right when I tried getting to it, we had the front door squeak and creak as someone entered the house. We tried to hide, of course, but we hadn't been quick enough with our investigation. And definitely not subtle either. The whole place looked super chaotic. The wizard immediately knew something was off. And a potentially dangerous person on high alert is even more dangerous. So we had to be on guard. Aura hid on a table, but I had other plans. I managed to jump on a bookshelf and wedged myself right on top under the ceiling. So I was hidden, but could still see the whole room. Good call. Heh! I watched as the magician barged in, but he wasn't alone. He was accompanied by a lizard, a colorful bird, and a two-headed sheep. Oh no, not one of those again. Huh? It's nothing. Please continue. It was so weird. The bird didn't know how to fly, the lizard walked on two legs, and sheep's two heads always looked in the same direction. As if they all didn't know how to be real animals. Just like the dog from the dogs. But no, we had proof. The weird animals were definitely connected to the weird wizard. And as the wizard noticed something, he stopped and said to the animals, "No, you three, get out of here. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want you to get into trouble or hurt." I already had my fingers wrapped around the handle of my knife, ready to strike. I'm sure he felt my murderous intent. But it does sound like he cared about those animals. That's what I thought too. As soon as they had left the room, I saw him create a ball of flames in his hand. He was ready to strike. And I knew I had to do something. He would have done something, he would have done horrible things to Aura. So I meowed. Okay. Like, a cat? Uh-huh. I pretended to be a cat. And somehow it worked, even though I was wearing clothes. The wizard turned around and saw me on top of the bookshelf. His features turned from worried to soft in a millisecond, and he said, "Oh, little rascal, how did you get in here? Did I look you in? You must be terribly scared." And I was scared, but not for the reason he thought. So I just meowed a second time, as you do when you're pretending to be a cat. And then he said very politely, "Would you please come down here? This room isn't a place for little cats, but I can offer you a cup of milk instead." And that was a very tempting offer, so as any cat would, I answered. Wait, you answered? "No, but I would love some chocolate milk." Oh no. As any cat would, yeah, sure. I kinda forgot that cats don't usually speak. Needless to say, his face was priceless. But then his hand started to light up again. I immediately knew she was in danger, so I broke every possible rule the Thieves Guild taught me and just popped up from underneath the table. That was kind of a foolish thing to do. No, 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 no. You were very brave as an introvert person. Don't know if I had been so fearless. Well, I had to. Ah. We know you care. The wizard turned around. He was surprised, maybe even scared, but he was also ready to fire at me. I already saw my life flashing before my eyes. And before I could even think about it, I yelled, "We know you don't mean any harm. You're just trying to protect those familiars, right?" Apparently I hit a nerve. He stopped right in his tracks. I took advantage of that moment and tried to explain why we were in his home in the first place. I told him everything about the quest, the familiars, the weird dog. Usually I'm not very good with words, But well, your drink definitely did what it was supposed to. I don't know how, but I think we managed to de-escalate the situation. He looked panicked before that, as if he was being chased. Maybe he actually expected people to come after him. Hearing all of those clues out of Aura's mouth kind of flipped the switch in my brain. And I could see the truth right in front of me. Suddenly, everything made so much sense. I jumped down from the shelf and began my conclusion. It is clear to me that you, the accused, do not have ill intentions. However, it does not make you innocent. You're still involved in the disappearance of some familiars. She was walking back and forth while she gave her speech. Needless to say, the wizard and I were equally confused. You're fond of animals and as such also familiars. And while I don't know anything about magic, I have heard the term transmutational before. Who hasn't, honestly? It's a broadly used term. That right there was a blatant lie. So I, the world's greatest detective, have concluded. You are turning familiars into animals. At least you are making them look like animals. You also were accompanied by some of those turned familiars, and you cared for their safety. It means they are here of their own free will. So by turning them into animals, you did them a favor. They wanted to be transmuted. But now their patrons and the other familiars can't reach them anymore. And they are worried that something bad happened to them, and that's why we're here. Case closed. That's pretty impressive. And you figured it out all by yourself. Yep. The magician was also really impressed. I totally hit the nail on the head. Explained again that we were just here to investigate, but that it was also necessary for the familiars and the friends and families to talk to each other. The remaining familiars wanted an explanation, as well as the former mages. The wizard already felt guilty for doing something behind their backs, of course. Turns out the familiars were unhappy in their dragon-like bodies, and much preferred feeling like real animals. Why would we be unhappy in a dragon body? But they were afraid of telling the patrons and familiar friends, so none of their remaining acquaintances knew what had happened. Of course they expected the worst. Why else would your friends just leave you alone and disappear without a trace? Yeah. Oh, in keep? Is it something you did? But obviously, none of them wanted to continue on like that, so we helped set up a meeting for them to talk it out. And they did. All the magicians were very understanding, if a little sad to lose their connections. The other familiars also welcomed them with open arms, even though they were a little confused at first. They needed a while to understand why their friends wanted to be animals, but I think they got it eventually. So all in all, it sounds like a very successful quest. Absolutely! I'm glad you got to uncover the truth. Me too! The magician even decided to give us something in return for helping him. Oh, give me! Neither of us had any use for it, so we wanted you to have it. Thank you! Don't say that, it makes it sound like a bad gift, and it's not. What is it then? Yeah, what is it? It's a ring of beast storing, with a lost familiar inside of it. We found it a long while ago, but its patron never showed up. We named it Renu. Melina can't take care of it, and I have my sheepfish Rufus. But you have Andu, so you already know how to take care of a mini dragon. Oh, do I have two now? Oh, I absolutely do. He might enjoy some company. So thank you two very much. Oh, there he is! Oh, cute! I need to get back to Rufus now. He gets lonely without me sometimes. Or is it that you get lonely without him? Aha! He's my pet. I need to take care of him. Sure. Don't worry, I'm sure Fable did a good job. Well, it's nice to see how much you care for your pet. He's been my only friend since my parents died a long time ago. Oh, way to make it depressive. Oh. Would I also eat my zombies? No. Did you kill them? Oh, they were burned alive? Oh god. Oh. Oh no. Maybe I should have given him the chili. I remember it as if it were yesterday. It was late afternoon and my parents wanted to visit the adjacent village to buy some grain. But they never returned. I wanted to look for them. But when I got to the village, every house, every barn, and even the ground was ablaze. I heard yelling, people screaming in pain, pleading for help, and my parents were nowhere to be found. Few of the survivors confirmed they had seen him earlier that day, before the fire. I later found out the perpetrator was the pretentious son of a noble family. He had a disagreement with the farmer over some payments and instead paid a bunch of criminals to set fire to his barn. But the fire spread uncontrollably and devoured everything in its path, including innocent lives, just like it did today. That's awful. I'm sorry, Aura. It's alright. I bottled all my emotions up and combined them into desire. For family? For revenge. Oh. Oh, yeah. But that sounds like a lonely desire, though. And you haven't found any friends since then? No, the people in the Thieves Guild helped me survive, but they weren't particularly keen on friendship. So I just chose the lonely path that was meant for me. That's not very nice of them, but now you have me. And? We're best friends now. And accomplices. And we can found our own guild. Like a detectives guild. You like it? Nah, come on, you like it. Give us a few more quests and we'll be the most famous detectives in all of Visora. I'm sure of that. Oh, hello. And a good mythical morning to you, innkeeper. This time it's actually still morning. But it doesn't mean it isn't also morning somewhere else in the world as well. Of course not. That's a really cute hat you're wearing. Thanks. Can I try it on sometime? Only if you tell me your name. A fellow master of bribery, I see. But there's nothing more you could possibly teach me. A world-class detective like me doesn't need extra lessons in bribery. So you're a detective? Yes! The best detective in all of Visora, I might add. I'm Melina, by the way, but you can call me Melly. Happy to make your acquaintances, Melly. I am Hexagon Hex, but you can call me X. Like, by your last name? No, Hex, as in short for Hexagon, obviously. Ah. And who's that grim-looking fellow next to you? Oh, him! They look grouchy, but they're my world-class assistant. Not by choice. His name is Aura. I'm sure it is. Yes. Nice to meet you, Aura. But I think you've gotten enough information out of me. Can I try on your hat now? That's a tricky one. You see this little star pendant at the tip of my hat? Uh-huh. It classifies me as a wizard of the Primordial Sea. A silver one, I might add. One of Leviathan's most trusted confidants. Ooh. And all of his knowledge is directly transmitted to anyone with a head like mine. In particular, silver stars like me have access to information that, leaked to the masses, would break the order of this world. Oh wow, is he lying? But every silver star has to go through extensive mental training. Such amounts of knowledge would drive any mortal without proper training insane. No! So I can't let you try on my head without endangering your life. And I couldn't forgive myself if I were the reason Visora's best detective went mad. That is very honorable of you. But I, the great detective Melina, have concluded that you, Hexagon Hex, are lying. And nothing but a bad liar. Ha! You're a great detective indeed. I honestly thought you were pretty convincing, Hex. Thank you. Wait, did you actually believe him? Of course not. I just happen to know a thing or two about the Primordial Sea. I've read a few books, heard some rumors, you know how it is. And I really doubt Leviathan would share his precious knowledge with a mere mortal. Nothing against you, Hex. Heh, you got me there. I gotta say, you're really convincing. I sure am. Looks like even great detective like me never stops learning. Honestly, you could have just told me no, though. I would have revealed my name even without a promising magic hat on the line. But it's more fun this way. I think honesty is also a very important skill to master. Whatever you say, detective. But Hex, what brings you here today? Ah, nothing really. I was just longing for another one of your drinks. You know, the kind that would flood my head with new ideas. Leave it to me. Sure. New ideas. I think I will go with the other one this time. Is it the Sparkling Nebula? I think so. One, two, three. Andu, don't you want to visit your friend? Your friend is over here. Isn't he cute? There you go. This should do the trick. Oh, let's see. Oh, I can already feel it. All the ideas. They're manifesting in my brain. Honestly, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I guess we'll have to find out. Oh, can you maybe show me a magic trick? Just to test your abilities, I mean? Well, yes, of course I can. I'm glad you asked. You know, I'm a master of fire. I don't believe it. Then can you also do fireballs in front of Aura? I wouldn't call a fireball a mere magic trick, more like a fully fledged spell. But I can create 10 tiny flames on top of my fingertips. Like cute little candles. I wanna see that. I would maybe advise you to play with fire outside. A lot of my ingredients are very flammable. Flammable? You miss a really big show then. I think I somehow managed to survive. Hey, Yolos. Aura, are you coming as well? I'm good. Alright, Lone Wolf. You're missing out though. Certainly. See you later. Have fun. Ooh, who else is coming? No one? You're still here? Oh, Kaylin! Long time no see. Innkeep. Lynn? This quest up for taking? It sure is. Why else would it be hanging on the quest board? Was you, thief? Are you going all by yourself? Of course, I don't do groups. But it could be quite dangerous. The area seems to be a hotspot for danger at the moment. Oh, are you worried? You want to come with me or what? So spit it out, kid. No. Fine. There's nothing this great sword can't cleave through by itself. Won't need much help. Cool. They always like that, Innkeep. Depends on who's in the room. Worse. Worse sounds so bad. Depends on who's in the room. Ah, I see how it is. You do. Because of course I do. You're like a dragon. You barely know me, so it's obvious that you're reserved as to not expose any weak spots. But sometimes you gotta find a fine line between being reserved and being a tattoo. Edgy? That. Edgy. Can you stop analyzing me? Yes. No. Great. Not like you're right with any of your assumptions. You could always enlighten us. I pass. But I wouldn't mind another drink. Same as always? Yes, something. You know, something for my aura. Gotcha. Done the house this time. Same one as always? Sure. What's the silent owl for though? Brain and strength. Weird combination. But sure. Okay, let's go with a spoken heart. As always. Oh dear customer. Who doesn't know how to talk? Except with our drink. There you go. And you, Callan? Thanks. That's good. Enough. Splendid. Alright, moving on. What about you, Lynn? I'd like to know more about the chasmscape that's the path to Diria. I mean, I haven't been there yet. Me neither, actually. Really? You think I never leave this tavern? Do you have any special insights that might be useful? Not so much about the situation in Diria itself, but bits and bobs I picked up over the last days. Enlighten me? As you might have read, travel to Diria has become a bit of a hazard. Collapsing bridges, disappearing animals, nervous diplomats. Sounds like a haven for bandits. Among other things. By the way, I get that blue blood to Diria. Of course. How would a drink to aid with the undertaking? I thought you'd never ask. Any wishes? I mean, this could go either way. Depends on what truly is going down in Diria. Timing might be important, being swift and smart about it. Evasion, that's what you call it. I might have a good infusion for that. The feather of a golden loon. A what? Oh, a rare waterfowl. Legend has it the wind still resides in its feathers, which is why they lend you its speed. Ah, intriguing. Suppose it'd be great for evasion if you added something for the brains to it. Though I'd be dealing with a diplomat, so that additional charisma to get me on his good side wouldn't hurt either. Definitely doable. Alternatively, to be prepped for every possible situation, something to up my defenses wouldn't be too bad. How do you feel about traveling under the blessing of the dragons? I'm all ears. With a little citron, your weapon strikes will be blessed. Great against any bandits or bridges. That sounds like something my Baba would have chosen, not that she would have needed it. If the situation really is that dangerous, something that would give me more protection would fit. If it comes with enough strength to strike back, that is. But being able to evade a threat by being smart and fast about it might be better. You know what, Innkeep? I leave the choice to you. You should know what you're doing. Let me think about it. Ooh, let me think about it. I think actually this time I want to go with strength instead of brain. Right? We go with that. Citron and... is it this one? Steel tonic? I think so. Looks good. Right? One of this and... See, this one also has a bit of swiftness to it, so... it should theoretically work. There you go. Just because your mother, was it her mother? Was it a dad? Doesn't matter. May the dragons guide your way. May they. Oh, yeah. Where you headed? Diria, some diplomat down is in need of aid. Needs some escorting of sorts. Aye, and keep. Is this escort quest you've been offering? Yep. Bargain crap. I've been meaning to take that one to earn a little bit of coin on the side. Well, I've already committed to it. And what if I tell you that I want a quest? Well, you ain't getting it. Simple. Could you stop me? You want me to try? I'd love you to. Come on now, just go together. Yes, yeah. Exactly. Your conversation is giving me a headache. The solution is as easy as it is efficient. Go together, one takes on the big bads, the other the small ones. Either way, you're better prepared for a fight. And your defense will be better. Listen, I'm looking to buy some materials for an important project. Material costs exploded ever since the stars fell. I wouldn't mind a side gig. You look sturdy, like you could take a few blows, so... sure. Let's do it. Let's meet tonight at the crossroad to Themis. We'll leave from there. Great. I'll head to my room to start packing and to take a nap. Those are effective after all, huh? Oh, shush. Got you there, Lynn. Yeah, brooding fella, aren't ya? This is just who I am. I've met fellows like you before. You're all the same. Often, you've got the truest hearts of gold. Can we skip the sincerity? My headache is bad enough. Aye, and keep. Rhea? Guy keeps talking about fireworks. He's still oblivious about what actually happened. Luck's with the fools, they say. For many, it would be easier if it had just been fireworks. He keeps blabbering about the latter. Oh, still? Have you opened it yet? No. And reading what might be inside? I just don't care that much. Do we? I actually am interested in what is written there. Didn't have the time yet. Suddenly the lines don't sound so empty anymore. Don't think too hard about it. Oh? What a trio. I think about what? Nothing. Oh, of course not. I didn't mean to pry or anything, even though I'm very curious by nature. Good for you. I would agree. Dead and Wanderlust is the reason why I decided to come here. To the tavern, to Zenith, to adventure. Ooh. Whoa, Aura, what a reaction. Thank you. I've come to inquire whether someone has already embarked on a quest to escort my friend to Diria. Very much so. She's sitting right here. Where? Oh, how rude of me. Of course. Hello, brave adventurer. Rhea is enough. Hello, brave Rhea. You are the one who's going to escort my dear friend? Along with Lynn? That one. Oh, Kellen, phenomenal! I'm beyond thrilled to learn that my dear friend is going to be in such capable hands. Though, I've been wondering. Come on, spit it out. Could I perhaps join? It's totally alright if not, but this diplomat is very dear to me and it feels like my duty to aid him. Can you even fight? Well, I can talk very well, in fact, I can fight with my words. The wolf would hate it. So sure thing, come along lad, I share some tricks. We'll leave at midnight. Really? How exciting! Come on, let's go. I thought you leave at midnight. How the turntables! How the tables turn, you mean? Me going on a very dangerous, important quest instead of merely reading about it? Seems like you're on the right path for your hero's journey. Indeed! All the stories I have to tell when I return, Innkeeper. I can't wait. Farewell! See you soon, goodbye! See you soon. I hope the quest goes well. They don't run, and they don't run into anything unexpected. Well, now you jinxed it. Whoa, we've never been that far right before. I think it's my first time seeing this pole. What's on your mind? Are there any open quests left? Yes, I do actually think there's one. There's one, but it involves social conflict resolution. So not for you. Sure, whatever. Oh, you're going to take it? I'm taking this. Isn't it a bit too soon to go on another quest? You just got back, at least have a long rest, replenish some resources. I'm good. Are you sure? No, we'll trust him, if you say so. I already paid you with the story today. You'll get me one of those quest drinks. Something with a little more violence. Well, I already paid you with 2 drinks for those stories. I don't think I'd be doing that. Fable! You two go together. Yeah, Innkeeper. Yeah, Fable. Mal. Yeah, Mal. Yeah, never mind. Would you like a drink? Actually, I'm here for a quest. Archie told me there was still one left, and I wanted to ask if I could take it. Nope. Good question, Fable. Go together? I see it's on me to answer it. Aura's thinking about taking the quest. Who's Aura? John, Malachit, that guy. Oh, nice name. Thank you. But if you're already taken it, I guess I'm too late. I hope you have fun. First come, first serve, Aura's got this. They should take the quest instead, Fable. Why don't you two go together? Yes. Together? Is that allowed? Of course. Teamwork is the adventuring world's bread and butter. Most heroic deeds are not done alone. Life would be very lonely that way. It would be, yes. So you should go on this quest together. Combine your individual strengths to solve any problems better than you ever could alone. And you would get to know each other better in the process. It's a win-win. Aura, what do you think? Would you be okay with that? I guess. Would you? I think so. It sounds fun. Cool. Uh-huh. It's settled then. You go together. If I can ask, what exactly is the quest about? Archie only mentioned there was one. There was one. Simple. Aya's worried because the Banshee of the Lonesome Lagoon and the Mary Morgan of the Ashen Grove aren't speaking to each other. She fears the end of their relationship would also mean the end of the friendship with them. Aya's friends with Mary Morgan? Best friends? Ah, so we need to talk to the Mary Morgan. And the Banshee. What an opportunity. I always want to come face to face with the embodiment of sorrow. Don't you think that's scary? No. You know what's scary? Failing relationships. Social fights are the most dangerous kind. I find them less scary than wrathful spirits. Seems like together your fears will cancel each other out. I don't know enough about math to dispute that. Speaking of math, Fish, how do you two want to approach this? This is not an easy task, so we must be smart about it. Do you still have any of those fire crystals? The ones that make you fade into the shadows entirely? Sure do. What does that help? You have to help by speaking. Good. I suggest you mix those with a hefty serving of intelligence. Then we can turn invisible and come up with a clever ruse to make them fall for each other again without them ever knowing it was us. Do you just want to avoid social interaction? Yeah, maybe. That means yes. Or maybe I just remember how well being invisible served me last time. Fair enough. I don't know. I feel like they should talk about the feelings. What if the feelings are that they never want to talk to each other again? Then they should talk about that too. That's not the point of the quest. I think it is. We should face the problem head on instead of trying to find a way to avoid it. I think I could do with another round of charisma for this one. And maybe Innkeeper Clay mentioned you have Thunder Sage. That would help us inspire other people, right? Correct. I admit it works a little differently for everyone, but I have no doubt you'll figure it out. Speaking of Clay, he wanted me to tell you that he and Tia will make it back in time for the barbecue. Really? That's amazing. Alright, you should come too. We're having a barbecue at the werewolf settlement on the 31st. That will be great fun, I think. I don't think so. Oh, will everyone will be there? I have a feeling that this that event will be like the credits scene, where there's a photo of all of them together. But that's just maybe wishful thinking. Alright. I have to get back to Rufus at some point. He needs his wool cut. Speaking of Rufus, if you're here, Fable, where's the sheepfish? Melina picked him up. She said she'd bring him home so he has to spend less time alone. Great. Was that wrong? I told her exactly what kind of food to give him in case he gets hungry while they wait for you. No, it's fine. He likes her. They're a good match. Anyway, we should hurry so you don't miss your barbecue. You're right. Innkeeper, can you help us pick the right approach? Either invisible and intelligent or charismatic and inspiring. I trust your expertise. I think I go with charismatic. Let me think about it. I'll go with Fable's approach. Sounds more logical. Though I do wonder what Aura was thinking about. What? Let me see. What do I need? I need inspiration. Oh, there are two. Thunder Sage. Okay, Thunder Sage. And we need Charisma. 1,000 winds. Charming and elusive as the elemental messages. Sure. Or this one, Sunny Breeze. Or this one. Great for bards and emotionally repressed individual. Bring your deepest feelings, but not. It's not supposed to bring out your feelings. It's supposed to make you charismatic. So we go with the 1,000 winds and the Thunder Sage, right? Oh wait, it does give minus defense though. I don't think that will help here. That's a shame. So we go with a different drink. Sunny Breeze then, I guess. Yeah. We go with this one then. Thunder Sage. Oh, no. Wrong drink. Whew. You almost had me there. And one of this. That should be it. Sunny Breeze. There you go. I think a direct approach is a better choice. After all, honest communication is important, right? Would you say so? Very much so. And you? I think honesty is the best approach to any situation, including this one. Agreed. I think the only question left is, where should we start? The Ashen Grove is closer. And do you already know where to find a Mary Morgan? You do? Yes, I encountered her before. So she'll remember you. Useful. I hope not. Last time she tried to drown me. Oh, I see. It was pretty embarrassing. I know the way to the Banshee too. It might be smarter to start with the one further away. Work backwards and all. It makes sense. Let's do that. Good. But we should prepare first. The journey to Boreas won't be easy. You're right. We should leave tomorrow morning. We should. You have nothing to talk about. Wonderful. Glad to know that you actually rest between quests, Aura. If I must. You went on a quest with Melly, right? Who was it? Fine. Reminded me of my parents. Are they... well? They're dead. Ah! Burnt to death. I'm sorry, that's horrible. What kind of conversation? Awkward. That's life. It shouldn't be. How old were you when you lost them? 7. Oh wow, that must have been really scary. It was. Fine. It doesn't sound fine. When I was 7, I ran into a vine-spiked boar while searching for friendly rocks. Chased me through the forest for almost an entire hour. First I thought I was going to die, then I was sure I was never going to step foot outside again. But when they found me crying, my family hugged me so tightly they dried up all my tears. And when I sat in my room frozen in fear, we danced and played board games until I forgot I was even scared. I can't imagine not having that. I can. It was. Please don't say fine. Scary, really scary. I waited at home by myself for 2 whole days. Thought the shadows were going to eat me at some point. Oh no, he's crying! Babel, you did it! And when I finally was brave enough to leave, it was too late. You know it wasn't your fault, right? Oh no. I know I never want to feel that scared again. But it's fine, because I fixed it. Fixed it? How? You got your revenge already. By taking revenge on the beep who caused their death. A popular approach these days. Did that make you feel any better? Yeah, sure. It was just a natural part of my journey. Following the path of darkness, it's my destiny. Misery is nobody's destiny. She's right. You shouldn't confine yourself to sadness just because that's what you're used to. What are we? A therapy? We're doing a therapy round right now. Besides, the innkeeper always says you can choose your own destiny. And I decided our destiny is to bring these two lovebirds back together. At least for now. I think I need to go. Prepare for our treacherous journey ahead. You should let Melina know you're leaving. She'd be worried senseless otherwise. Let her know you'll be back. I might not be. Don't be like your parents. Whoops. Whoa, innkeeper. Whatever, time to go. It's alright, little dragon. Do you think I should go after them? I think sometimes we need a bit of time to feel our feelings by ourselves before we feel comfortable enough to feeling them in front of other people. That's no, right? Give him a moment. You have plenty of time to be there for him when you're trying to play matchmaker for the undead. Right, you have to do that. Which is fine, I'll be fine. Then Mary Morgan probably doesn't even remember me. And if she does, I can just run or hide or cry. No matter what, you won't be alone. I can't tell Aura how afraid I am. It will be so embarrassing. If you want to be there for him, you should also let him know when you're scared. It's only fair. I don't want to burden him with my problems. Being a burden every once in a while is part of the wonderful experience of being loved. Your friend appreciated it when you trust them enough to let them help you. Because when you care for people, you're willing to put in a little work to make them smile. True words, but you already know all this, don't you? I do, but it's just so much harder to keep in mind when it comes to myself. That's the case for everyone. I know, but you've been doing well. You've been doing very well, Fable. Thank you, Innkeeper. It's all thanks to you. That isn't true. I've been trying to help you the best I can, but you're the one who actually has to change. And I'm proud of how far you've come. Let's call it teamwork then. Let's. Anytime. Can I stay for a little longer? I think I need a bit more time before I can face my fears. Always, Fable. Thank you. Is it going to be nighttime now? Yes. Lynn! Morning. It's nighttime. It's not morning. Did I sleep that long? No, it's still the same day. Ah, that makes more sense. Not morning, Alfie? Not morning? How did you sleep? Soundly. Feels like I haven't slept so well in ages. Archie said you're going on a quest? Yeah, Rhea and I will be escorting some rich beep to Diria. Be a little nicer, please. He's Archie's friend. Sorry, we'll be escorting some rich idiot to Diria. He's Archie's friend? I see. That's why he was so excited. Cause his friend is leaving early. It's leaving? Must be really craving some peace and quiet. Oh no. He's excited because they get to travel together. What? He said he's coming along. Since when? Rhea invited him. Whoops. Great. Is it too late to back out? No, would you like to? Nah, yes, don't be a coward. Fine. But I'll need another drink. That would be rather difficult. I already gave you a drink tailored to your quest, and my booze shouldn't be mixed responsibly right before an adventure. So I'm just supposed to deal with this headed by myself? Yes. Very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome. Do you think something exciting will happen on your quest? We'll see. I've got a good feeling about it. You reckon I'm gonna meet another guardian? Maybe. That would be fun, right? What kind would you like to meet this time? Not sure. Feel like I already met the one I was looking for. What could be greater than tracking a wyvern chimera? You're right, I think that means it's time to befriend the realm keepers now. Wouldn't that be something? Which one would you like to meet the most? Gaia. Can't think of a greater honor than that, you? Gaia as well, but I feel like I should pick someone else for balance. Cassiopeia, maybe? I'd love to ask her how she's doing right now. Maybe give her a hug. You'd be the type to give a dragon a hug. What does that mean? That you're very lovely, I think. Something like that. So, fellow dragon enjoyer, who would you pick? No repeats. Or the first dragon in the origin of everything, Tuat the Great Spirit Dragon, Leviathan the serpent of the primordial sea. Ooh, they all sound great. Ooh. The second one does intrigue me, because it doesn't have any more, like, description. I don't really know what Great Spirit Dragon means, so we go with Tuat, the Great Spirit Dragon. He keeps the balance between life and death. One might consider him the embodiment of order. He's so strict, no one alive may enter his realm, and no one dead may leave. And yet there are countless trickster myths about his escapades within the mortal realm. I enjoy that duality. I hope the dead never get bored with him. That would be nice. But I suspect the quest will have its merits even if you don't meet any of the realm keepers. That's true! I bet you and Rhea will have a lot to talk about, and you can teach Archie more about adventuring. I'm not so sure about that. You're a great teacher. I've learned so much from you already, just by being your friend. Like how to say what I really mean. I'm still working on it, obviously, but it feels so much better when I'm being honest about what I want. You've been getting a lot better at it. Thank you. And Melly loves practicing with you too. She says she wants to ask Rhea to build her a great sword of her own. So, regular-sized dagger? Teaching someone to hold a sword is one thing, guts and bravery are something else. Not sure I can teach Archie something I'm still practicing myself. We can always practice together. Yeah. Speaking of practice, you're going on a quest too, Elfie. I am! Aura and I are going to fix the Banshee and the Mary Morgan's relationship. Is that sneaky Twister's new name? It is. Aren't you scared of the Mary Morgan? Only a little. Okay, maybe a lottle. Do you think she's going to drown me? Or do you think the Banshee will? Maybe they'll reunite through the teamwork of drowning me. Okay, probably not. I think you'll probably find some wacky-ass hack solution that no person in the history of dragonkind would have ever thought of. Like being kind or whatever. I like that. And if all else fails, if I got an insane air echo by your side to pull you out of the water, if you can swim. He's sane. Is he? Well... mostly I think he's sad, and sadness can make people feel a lot of intense things. Like fear or anger or nothing at all. Anything that isn't sadness. It's easy to lose yourself in that, but there's always a way out if you're looking. You're taking that sheepfish thing along? Maybe? I think he might let him stay with Melina, so she isn't so alone. Also, he isn't at risk of losing him. Probably both. Not a bad idea. Would hate for her to be all alone while you two go chasing ghosts. Maybe we can send Grace over to check up on her. Or Hex? No. Guess if you're going with whatever the Drake's name is, you'll finally be able to ask him about his cheesecake recipe. A cheesecake recipe? Yes, innkeeper. Exactly my question. Melina mentioned he has a good one. I thought maybe he could show me how to make it. That sounds like a great idea. Ask him. You can use my kitchen if you want to. Really? That would be amazing. I ask him. Maybe. Andu will be waiting for you. On a completely different note, Lynn, what happened to those undead snails you wanted to check in on? Well, they're slow, aren't they? So I got a little time to stick around. So you'd say you like it here? It's not too bad here. But maybe I'd even bring my cousin a souvenir. Hands off my trinkets. And I ain't that air echo. I get us something from the market or the elf settlement. And maybe I'll bring you something back from a farm, Elfie. You mentioned you'd love to try planting some ghost-berries. Either way, I stop by sooner or later. Don't want to risk her turning into a werewolf and moving house. Ha! Ha! No, but seriously, if any more of my family members turn into dragon-forsaken werewolves, I'll be joining the Van Helsings. I still don't know if they kill werewolves. Don't care. Do you think I could come with you? When you go, I mean. I could gather the ghost berries myself and I know a lot about snails. You should. You've got away with our family members. And the snails would love you. I have to agree. You'd probably make it a chaotic mess, but... a fun chaotic mess. Yeah. Seems like you guys did end up forming a party after all. Shut up. Okay. Anyway, it's late. I think I should go back to the settlement and catch some rest. Callan, do you want to come with? We can stop by the werewolf settlement and say hi to Mr. Dragon. Or bye. I ain't sure I got any tips for you in return, but I can listen to your worrying. Yeah, you're good at that. Do you want to come too, innkeeper? Nah, I'm afraid Andrew doesn't do well in civilization. Or alone, especially not alone. But I'll be eagerly awaiting your stories. We return with plenty. I'm counting on it. Good night, Lynn. Good night, Fable. Night. Good night. Bye-bye. Is there someone else coming? No, doesn't seem like it. Well, there's a lot of happening right now. I'm looking forward to the next day. I hope I gave the right drinks. Well, all drinks lead to a solution, right? And I'll see you in on the next day then. Bye!